be right side bending. If I want to work on right side bending, I'll have his right side up. Once again, because I'm moving through the legs and everything's happening, all the movement for the vertebrae are happening inferiorly to superiorly, I'm going to stabilize the superior vertebrae of the segment I'm targeting. So again, if I'm thinking of L3, L4 again, I'm going to want my hand just on the lateral aspect of the L3 spinous process, and then the mobilization, I'll stop when I sense the movement at L4. So I'll bring the legs into flexion. Spine should be neutral. It should not be, the leg should not be flexed so high. Just relaxing. And now from this position, I can start to lift the legs up into the back muscles a little bit. Yeah, just gotta watch for that until I feel the mobilization. Okay. Very important. The way I face with this was one area where I saw a problem when we were assessing it. You don't want to stand with your feet and everything facing this way, trying to lift the legs up at the same time. Okay. If all the lifting's happening in this motion, I want to stand in that line. Okay. I want to keep everything very sagittal for me. Okay. And I can actually use my body weight to weight shift. So I actually stand, my feet are pointing towards the board, the front of the room right now, because that's the way I'm lifting right now. And this is much, much, much easier on my body than trying to stand this way. And now I'm using my lateral flexors of my trunk and not doing a good job. And biomechanically, it's just not very good. Okay. To do the left mobilization, it's probably better to have the person roll over to the other side, okay? It is possible to do the leg lowering technique. So instead of being on the ipsilateral side, okay, to do right side bending, I can go to the contralateral side, but now I'm lowering the legs, okay? So now I'm working on left side bending technique. This is much more difficult. I always recommend, whenever possible, always lift. Okay. First off, eccentrically lowering. The lower his legs go down, what's happening to my back? Not very good. From a spinal mechanics standpoint. When I'm lifting him, I can keep my spine neutral the whole time. It's much easier. So I'm always going to recommend that you lift the legs as opposed to lower the legs. But you might see individuals out there, some videos or some techniques and books that show the legs going down. So it's doable, but I don't recommend doing it.